Acting? Acting. Hi, I'm Alicia.
And I'm Tiana.
We're two working actors. We happen to be women.
We happen to be Black. Sometimes that matters.
And sometimes it doesn't. Either way,
we're here to talk about all things acting, from personal experiences
to the industry itself, and of course our love of the craft.
So join us as we chat with each other, as well as the occasional acting friend, as we talk about all things
acting.
Hey.
Welcome back. Hi.
How goes it?
It goes it. I pulled my back opening a window. Make that one make sense.
Let me tell you something. People told me that as the years go by.
Yeah. I literally had it happened and I said, oh no, is this what they mean when they say you get older and suddenly all it takes is you drop a pencil?
All it
you open
takes,
a window.
You get stretched wrong in your sleep, and then you're messed up for like 2 weeks.
2
weeks. Okay.
And you know what's even funnier? Because I was supposed to help my mom move stones in her garden. Because for those who don't know, my mom had back surgery. So when it comes to lifting heavy things, I step in and I help out. And I was supposed to lift these stones that she brought yesterday. And I said, man, I really don't feel like doing that. Mm-hmm. And then what happened this morning? I pulled my back. So guess who's not lifting heavy stones today?
That's crazy.
Got my wish, but at what cost?
It's such a nice day out too.
Right? Yeah, it was literally perfect. I didn't want to do it, but I was like, okay, I'll take the next hour. It'll be cool. I'll take my time. It's not too hot compared to the other day.
Yeah, but today and yesterday have been the perfect days. It's not humid, but it's sunny and it's chill. Yeah. Looking forward to going outside if I can today.
Yeah, definitely get on that if you can. How about you? How's your week? What's the mood?
Not much is going on. I auditioned for something last Sunday.
Oh.
I don't know if we're supposed to say anything. I mean, by the time this episode comes out,
enough time will have passed.
Yeah,
it's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fun audition though. It was another cold read.
Okay.
Most of the theater auditions now, honestly, are all cold. Like the last 6 that I've done, all cold reads.
And in person, I imagine.
Yeah, in person.
Be a cold read. Yeah.
And it was one of those where we didn't have time slots, which I'm a fan of that, but everyone showed up and we just read parts as a group and swapped people out and did that for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So
nice. Did you feel good about it?
Yeah, it was a fun audition.
Yeah, it was good. Fun. Good. That's what matters. Is it a theater that's nearby?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know how much, because they were so adamant about not saying anything until everything was posted, because I got it. But I don't know how much I can say. Because I'm thinking they're going to post it after they called everyone, but they haven't posted anything yet. So I don't want to I don't even want to say the theater name because it's not that deep, but it's I want to respect
that's completely valid because I literally I'm auditioning. I'm going to submit a tape for another musical that's not actually showing until September, but they're doing auditions now and they just opened it. But the auditions don't close until May 10th. So it's a 3-week window. So I completely get what you're saying. Do you know when rehearsals start?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But they still haven't they said don't say anything until we've posted. Okay, and they haven't posted yet. And I assume they don't start posting cast pictures until like a few weeks before the show to promote it. So that's fine. I just don't want to say anything since they specifically asked me not to. So I'm not gonna say which one it is. But yeah, it was a really fun audition. Someone we know was there too.
Oh my God. Can you say that? Can you say who it was?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to.
Is it someone from class or someone you know from another play?
Someone from class. She listens too.
Oh, I know exactly who it is. Because yep. And we're gonna just stop it all. We're just gonna And this is also gonna be a note to cut this out if if by the time this episode comes out, they haven't announced cast.
I don't think it like as long as I don't say the theater in the play, I don't think it matters that because this is still community theater. Like I didn't sign a contract for Broadway, but I just want to respect that they specifically asked several times not to say you got it until it was posted online. So, but that was my first experience auditioning with someone that I knew, like in a
Mm.
cold read setting, which I don't know if that changed my experience or not. Because I think overall I'm getting more comfortable with doing those anyway.
You saying that, in what way did it change your experience? Did it make you more comfortable or were you more aware of yourself?
I think I don't know, actually. I don't think I was comfortable. I was comfortable in that setting. I was comfortable with the material because they also had sent that out
Okay.
like weeks beforehand, but it was still like they still gave you the sides at the audition so you could still like read it if you needed to. But
Hmm.
it made me not slack off. Like if I were to slack off, I was like, there's someone that knows me here and they know kind of they've seen me act and they know what I'm capable of. So I can't just come in
Hmm.
willy-nilly. So I did have that thought a couple times, but I don't know that it changed anything. I think I'm much more comfortable in a cold read environment than I was before. So it doesn't matter either way.
Good. That's good. It's
It
like
was
you were
fun.
still able to be on your A game and like show up, which is half the job.
But I was totally like I totally let go. I was
Hmm.
so not clenched onto like a oh, I gotta get this. I was just like, yeah,
Hmm.
I'm here for a good time. So it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
It was
good.
fun.
That's good. And that's a good like energy to go into it with and a good attitude to have going into it because because you're not holding on so tightly, your performance is gonna be more natural. It's more relaxed because you're not trying so hard to control what you're doing because you want to get the job or the role. No?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It was like super chill. And like
Good.
I was also, I will say, because it was another one of those ensemble things where like no one person is really the main character. Like there's a lot of things going on. So
Hmm.
like there was a lot of like I wouldn't have a line for a page and then I would have a line, but I wasn't so focused on the lines that I was waiting to say something. I was truly reacting to the people around me
Hmm.
because I knew I didn't have a lot to say. So I wanted to show that I'm able to actively listen on stage as the character would be in that situation, because that's truthful to the situation. So I felt like
Right.
I did that much better than I've ever done it before. Whereas you're not like, I'm
Oh,
not constantly, oh,
waiting. Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, waiting for the
Especially,
cues.
yeah, because there's like six people in the scene. So it was like,
Oh,
I
that's a
was in the whole
big.
time, you
Yeah,
know?
like right, like just waiting for your one line. Yeah.
And it's so funny. One of the people on the panel told us before we started that they did not want us to sit the whole time because they had chairs up there. And they were like,
Hmm.
in case you want to sit down, but I don't want all of you guys to sit down the whole scene. So trying to find the moments to get up and like walk around or cross the stage, that was fun. Because normally it's not that many people. So like
Right, right, right. Like
I
it's just
think
you, literally you and
right.
maybe one or two other people. So,
Yeah.
so then going off of that, I want to ask, like, so because you weren't attached to the script, because you weren't tied to the script, and because you were allowing yourself to be like a bit more free, how
Mhm.
often did you find yourself using physicality and like interacting with the environment? And like, did you notice other like, is that like what they were expecting you to do, like to kind of like actually like act as though you were in the scene, like in the set scene?
Yes, I'm assuming that that is the assumption either way. So
Yeah.
I don't know that they asked, besides her saying that she wanted us to move around, she didn't want us to stay stuck to a certain spot. There was no other
Hmm.
mention of that. It was just kind of
Okay.
like, go up there, fill it out. But I'm moving around like I'm in the scene. Like I'm thinking to
Yeah.
myself, if I were to block this, and this is all in like 20 seconds before, like after we've gotten the sides and while we're setting up, and I'm like, okay, so you're so and so, right? Okay, so you're so and so. Okay, this is, and in my head, I'm thinking, how would I block this scene really quickly so
Hmm.
that I'm not stuck to a spot? Because that was the one thing she asked of us. So I'm not going to sit here if that's the one thing that she asked. So
Right.
yeah, it was normal. I'm like, in this setting, what would my character be doing? Okay,
Yeah.
while they're over there talking, I'm probably over here looking at this, or I'm looking at the food over there. Or like that part was that was the most truthful was movement, I think, for me.
Yeah. Really? Okay, interesting. Like you were able to like find like a natural like progression of your character's movement across the stage.
Yeah, I think so. Because there was also three scenes that
Oh,
we
okay.
had. So three different sides, all with the same characters.
How many pages each?
One was maybe four, one was six or seven, one was really long. And then one was maybe like three or so.
Hmm.
So we
Hmm.
read all
Okay.
of those a couple of times. And then, because there were people there that wanted to read from multiple parts. So
Mm-hmm.
swapping them
Mm-hmm.
out to see kind of the chemistry. But yeah, I mean, that was cold reads are fun to me now. Like, that's like,
Yeah.
I'll go to a cold read and then go to the bar. Like,
Yeah.
that's my
It's
night.
chill.
Yeah.
It's chill.
So that's all I
No,
did.
that's cool. That's cool. Well, congratulations. That is very
Thanks.
exciting.
Yeah.
Love an in-person audition. And
Um,
so I just, my last question, I guess, is,
yeah.
was there any feedback that the panel gave you guys? And I only asked that because in class this week, Brian, we were talking about the agent that had come and visit,
Hmm.
and he had mentioned how somehow we went from that to auditions and how
Hmm.
many pages are in a side that you get. And he said that
Hmm.
sometimes you'll get three scenes in an audition, and you are expected to do those three different scenes because they want to see a character arc in your self
Yeah.
tape. And and then sometimes you'll send it to your agent and they'll give you feedback if they watch
Hmm.
it. So like did you get any feedback from the people that were actually sitting there in person watching you do this?
No,
Okay.
they didn't really give feedback. And I think I understand why. There were so many of us, even just characters. Like there's six or seven characters. And I think it would have been weird if they only gave feedback to like one or two people. So I
Mhm.
understand probably why if they had feedback, they didn't share it. Like they
Okay.
didn't even say, okay, guys, now can you all do it again this way? Like they didn't even give that type of note because
Hmm.
there were still other people waiting to read for the same part. And by the way, we're all in the same room watching each other. So it's
Okay.
like, however, the feedback I gave myself was for this particular role, I think, the only person that showed up for that role that night. I knew someone else was auditioning for it. And I think someone like in my group read for it as well as like their second or third choice.
Hmm.
But I knew that I would be doing that role all night. So if we did three scenes two times, I did six scenes. So
Okay.
for me, I'm hearing Brian in my head saying, if you have the opportunity to do the scene again, you should do it a different way and it should be distinctly
Hmm.
different. So the whole
Yeah.
time, that was part of the fun. Maybe the first time I went up, maybe I was a little nervous, but by the second time, I'm like, well, I get to do this character all night. I'm going to do it all types of different ways. I'm going to
Hmm.
like read this line this way. I'm going to emphasize this word on this specific line because now I'm thinking that it might mean something differently to this character. That was the fun. Because I was like, I know I'm going to be doing this all night, so I'm just going to do different
Yeah.
stuff every time. And I'm going to be really dramatic or I'm going to be really dramatic because the character called for it. That type of dramatic, not dramatic just for the sake of it.
The
Or I'm
sake
going
of
to
it. Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah. Like justified.
justified, or like in the script, it said she laughs. So there was one way I didn't laugh. I just kind of like showed it on my face. And then the next time I went overboard with the laughter because I want to show
Mm.
them that I can do both, but also that if you need me to meet in the middle, I can do that. So I was conscious of that as well. I just
That
looked at
is
different,
so
different.
brilliant. Yeah. And that's literally, I mean, it's part of our topic today of just like using what's in your acting tool bag
Mhm.
to support your work as an actor. And I mean, like what we're talking about is a little bit different, but to your
No,
point
yeah,
of like you were like I have this opportunity. Like
yeah,
not let's not squander it.
right.
And you literally got to go so many times that it's like it was almost like you were in class, right? Like you
Yeah,
are
no,
in a
literally.
way in class because you're just going up and do like you might not be getting direct notes, but just pulling on
No.
your own knowledge and what you yourself as an actor just know after doing this for however long.
Yeah. Because I'm
So
like, imagine me giving them the same exact performance, line for line, all night.
mhm.
They might say, oh, she's reliable, but they may also say she's boring. Like
Right.
you can't bring anything else to the
And
character.
you can't make choices. You can't
That's the
make
thing.
like
Yeah.
it's great that if you find like one thing, and I feel like that's a trap that actors, I mean, I personally, I could see myself falling into if I get comfortable doing something a certain way too many times
Yeah.
or too much, or if I think that whatever I did was really, really good, I might
Yeah.
only keep doing that thing if I'm not like consciously trying not to.
Yeah.
And like you said, they'll be like, okay, great, you're reliable, you can deliver the same thing if we
Mhm.
ask you to, but you're not making choices, you're not thinking about the character, you're not thinking about how the character might react differently
Yeah.
into the same circumstances, right? Like
Mhm.
and those are all things that are important as an actor,
And I
especially in theater.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a time to lock in and say what you've been doing, that's what you're doing from here on out. But I don't think that happens until like maybe Tech Week.
Yeah,
Like
you
we're
after you've worked on it.
right, like we've seen weeks and weeks of this performance. So now what you did tonight, like that's my other thing that's coming up in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
have a couple of like we have a dress and we have a tech. And up until this point, like the last three rehearsals, our director has been encouraging us to have more fun with it and play around with it. Because at this point, we know our lines. We finally locked in blocking, and
Good.
we've got other stuff going on. So it's like she's like, so now's the time to have fun. But when we have
Mhm.
our dress rehearsal, whatever you do that day, that's what you're going to do for the performance. So that's
Okay.
when you lock it in. But up until that point, I feel like you do have room to try something because you never know what's going to spark.
Right.
You're like, maybe the director might be like, I like the way you said that this week. Can you start doing that more? Like, you never know. So,
Right.
and then it's just boring to do the same thing over and over again.
Right. That too. I mean, it's already like
Yeah.
that's like kind of the pain point of theater sometimes is like is that you
Yeah.
are doing the same exact show night after night after night after night. So it's like so if you
Mhm.
can't find ways to like make it interesting.
You got it. Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. My mother is screaming for me. Give me like 2 seconds.
Okay. Mhm. I'll entertain you guys. My background kind of looks red. It's not red, it's brown. I don't know why it looks brown like that. I think we're going to talk about monologues today. And coincidentally, I am going out for something. Well, I tried to sign up for an audition in 2 weeks. And it's the type of audition that you have to, like, you got to get confirmation that you can go to the audition. So I haven't gotten that confirmation yet. And it's been a couple weeks since I signed up. So, but for that audition, I would need a monologue. So I'm interested to see what our conversation is going to be because that particular one I'm probably going to use a Shakespeare monologue on. And I wonder if all actors do the same thing where like, especially for Shakespeare, if you're going out for a specific Shakespeare play, do you pull a monologue from that show? Or is that too on the nose? Because that's kind of like that's what I do. If I know I want to be in Hamlet, like I'm gonna find a monologue in Hamlet, even if it's not like it may not be my age range, it may be one of the guy characters, but I'm gonna find something from that show that I feel comfortable with, and that's what I'm gonna use in the audition. Which I think sometimes backfires though, because if whoever's directing that show doesn't like what you've done with the character, or maybe if they have a different way they want to play it, if you don't fit that mold, then you're not going to get the show, obviously. But I wonder how do you toe that line of showing that you're comfortable with, especially something like Shakespeare, you're comfortable with that material and that way of speaking, you're comfortable with that, you can pull it off, but also saying, but I'm flexible to your vision as well. How do you do that with the monologue? I don't know. One of my favorite monologues, though, from Shakespeare specifically because Judi Dench performed it. And I think I've said this before, but in A Comedy of Errors, towards the end, I think it's like one of the last few pages where she's explaining all the mix-ups going on and it's really fast paced and she's like explaining that there's two brothers and all that good stuff. It's one of my favorite monologues. And for a while that was my go-to. That was my go-to for Shakespeare stuff because it's kind of funny, and I think I'm much more of a funny comedic actor than a dramatic one. Are you back? I can't hear you.
I am back.
Okay.
Do you want to
Okay.
know
Yeah, I was gonna
before we
say.
move on? She's out in her garden, as I established earlier, and she found two snails that,
Aw.
and context, I have pet like garden snails, like, and they're like super, super, super tiny. I keep them in a fishbowl and I
Okay.
love them. I've had them for years. She knows I'm obsessed with them. And so she found these two snails and she's like, I found these two snails that are bigger than your garden snails. Do you want them? I said, put them off to the side for me. I'll inspect them when I finish
That's
recording my
hilarious.
podcast.
That's
So,
really funny.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
thank you guys for your patience and thank you for your patience, T, and for going with the flow.
I gave a monologue about monologues. We'll see if that makes it into the final cut.
I like it. I like it. I like what you said when I came in about finding yourself more of a comedic actor. I don't know if we've ever had that conversation, and if we have, forgive me, my memory is trash, as everyone knows. But I, when I went to the film festival, I kept telling people that, like, everyone would ask me, "Oh, what kind of actor are you?" And I said, "I
Hmm.
think I have a knack for comedy."
Hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people tend to say drama, so I
That's
love
what I
that you
would.
too.
Well, I would like to be that.
Yeah,
But
right.
you know what's really funny is that when I do dramatic things, even when I act, people
Mhm.
laugh. So that
Mm.
talk about a blow to the ego. I remember when I first did my that scene, I did it with Thenagard actually, like 2 years ago
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and people laughed. And I said to Brian afterwards, I was like, so this isn't a comedy, so I don't, what's going on here?
Do you remember what he said? Like what his response was to that?
I don't. But I
Um,
remember thinking, I mean, that's cool. That's
but
fine.
that's not what you were going for.
What
Like,
I was going for. But yeah, I think because I was talking about auditioning with Shakespeare monologues specifically,
mm,
and I'm much more comfortable with the one monologue from A Comedy of Errors because it's like it's funny and it's dramatically like outrageously funny
hmm
what she's saying, like it's just obtuse. But with the other stuff, I don't know that I'd be able to convey enough truth in like a love scene or something or a betrayal scene. Like I think for right now, my baseline is funny.
hmm
And I think that's more truth. That's what comes across more truthful for
Right.
people on the other side, I think.
Like you don't have to push as hard. Or I mean, not that you
Yeah.
should be like not like it. I shouldn't say push because like that can mean something different. But like you don't have to like you don't have to be as aware of like your tone. Like
It
whereas
just comes out. Yeah.
like the way you need it to, and like you have a good comedic ear. So like you
I
can, especially
guess.
if the script is funny, you know what rare like the funny parts are.
Yo, you know what's funny though? The last two roles that I've had have like earned me laughs and stuff, but the
Mm-hmm.
writing is not funny. So there's something that
Mm-hmm.
I've discovered along the way that somehow that like it becomes funny. Like I'll never ever forget Witness for the Prosecution getting so many laughs from all of the characters. That's not a funny play. Like some real
Yeah.
dark stuff happens in there and it's like really
Yeah.
like so it's like it's very interesting how many laughs we got off of that just from our performances. And we didn't discuss that. We didn't say we're going to make this a funny play. It just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the moments found themselves.
They were yeah,
Yeah,
and the audience found whatever was happening, like for whatever reason, like the way something was said or done,
yeah.
the
The
timing of it.
pauses. Yeah. So,
Mm. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. So what you were saying about monologues was that you're like going with the Shakespeare monologue, going with the something about a Shakespeare monologue. I know you
there's
said
an
like,
yeah, there's another audition that I'm going back to Baltimore. Well, I'm trying because they're having their open call for like the season.
oh, that's right. I
So,
remember you telling us.
and I think
Yeah.
a couple of dates have already passed, but the only date
Mm,
that I can make is I want to say it's the 2nd of May. It's a Saturday. And so
mm,
it's the type of process where you have to email them first and give them like what time slot you could make. And then
mm,
they email you a confirmation. And it's not right away. It usually takes a week or two to say, okay, you can come this day. And I have not gotten that confirmation yet. But I'm saying all that to say for that audition, I would be doing a Shakespeare monologue because it's a
okay.
they're doing, I know their lineup for the season, and they're doing a couple, I think, Shakespeare plays and then a couple other ones. But Shakespeare is what I'm going for specifically for that
Hmm.
theater because I like the way they
Yeah.
do it. Um, but yeah, so I was trying to figure out like which Shakespeare monologue to do. But the
Okay.
problem is that I've encountered one, I think I do better with the funnier stuff and try to
Hmm.
find a funny monologue and like Shakespeare is like because it's
Yeah.
but
You don't go to Shakespeare for
funny,
comedy.
but
Yeah.
and also how do you perform that monologue well so it shows that you know the material, you're comfortable with it, you can speak the language of Shakespeare to an audience, you can make them understand and entertain them, but also give the vibe that you're open enough to conform with the director's vision. Because
Mm.
nowadays, not many theaters are doing just straight Shakespeare the way that they've always done it because
Right.
like it's been done so many times. So I think a lot of directors have their spin on things. So how can you convey that I can do what you want me to do, but also I can do what Shakespeare intended to do. But if you want to put a twist on it, I can do that too. Like how do I find the balance in that?
Is well, I guess it depends on the length of the model. And then it's okay. I
Mhm.
don't know how it is in theaters because I know like if you're
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think actually no, I'm about to this might be actually I might walk this
Hmm.
back because I think the standard monologue length is a minute to a minute and a half.
They'll tell you too.
And they'll tell you. Yeah.
Like some will just make sure it's under 2 minutes. Some will be like, you got
Yeah.
30 seconds. And that's it. Whatever's over 30 seconds, just you can chop it.
And like but then the thing with monologues, so I guess my point was, is there a way that you could take it on a journey? Because like with the monologue, you're
Mhm.
supposed to essentially do a journey, right? Like you show your character going through several different emotions, reacting to things differently, et cetera, et cetera. So like because you want to honor Shakespeare's writing in like
Yeah.
the classical sense, but you also want to show that like you're flexible and you can make strong choices that could support a different vision. Is there a
Hmm.
way for you to like choose a long enough monologue that would allow you to do that?
Or could I just find that journey in the monologue that I have?
A comedy of errors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my favorite one. Yeah, yes. I guess I just need to work on some ankles. That'll be the next thing that I work on now that I've gotten that other audition out of the way. Well, I don't know,
Hmm.
'cause I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get a spot.
Well, when is the what date is it?
May 2nd. I'm
Okay. I
pretty
mean, so
sure it's
like
the last day. I
I
don't
would
know. We'll,
say 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks for them to say something. Um,
we'll see. And also, I am for the first time going into that audition being like, this is just for fun because I'm not going to get it. But
but I get what you're saying. But
if I
also
do, though, that'd be fun.
that'll be phenomenal. But also, and I guess it's also like a mindset thing of like because there's so much opportunity out there that like even if you
Yeah.
don't get it, it's like okay, well this isn't the last time I'm going to work. Whereas like
No.
before, like maybe the mindset might have been because you'd been still so like not
Yeah.
new and novice, it was
Yeah.
like that was the thing you were like kind of holding on to.
Mhm. Yeah, no, that's how it was really. I thought my life was going to end after I didn't make it the first, second, third, and fourth time. It's like, this is terrible. But
Well,
I mean, that's that can be brought down to a lot of things. First of all, there's a lot of esteemed actors in a place like Baltimore, and there's a lot of people that have studied this and that are coming straight out of college
right.
degrees and like
The
that type of
competition is
stuff.
fierce. Yeah.
Yes. And also, I didn't have any experience. So I had no like reference
Right.
point to say,
Right.
well, I can do this. Like I can carry a role in a show for 3 or 4 months or whatever it is. So I don't
Hmm.
know. We'll see how it goes. But if
Yeah.
that doesn't go through, then I'm gonna find another audition to show up to.
Exactly. We just and that's literally the way it goes. Just keep showing up to shit. Like, which
Literally.
kind of rolls into what we started kind of touched on earlier of like there are times when you're just not getting things, and
Yeah.
it's just slow. Like that's the natural progression of the field, unfortunately. But
Hmm.
what brought this topic up was this post that we saw on Instagram from Jessica Chastain, and she says, hold on, let me see, I saved it because I loved it so much. I spent 4 years in Los Angeles before I ever got a film audition, and in that time, I created my own curriculum. If you do something every single day that makes you an actor, you are an actor. So it's like, even in those slow periods, even in those times when you're maybe not booking or you're not getting as many audition requests or you're not like really on like just doing things, quote unquote working,
Hmm.
there are moments to find in which you can still honor the craft in your craft and kind of personalize it. Like, for example, you just go to the next audition. Like you're like, okay, I didn't get that one. Let's find another one. And like you just keep
Hmm.
working in that way. I know some people they'll just read scripts and they'll read plays and they'll like and that'll keep them trained on how on like script analysis or attending class in itself is kind of a job when you think about it. You know, it's a shift you clock into, you're present for, you're doing the scene work, you're paying attention.
I think that that's actually the job, I think, is
Mm-hmm.
what you do in between. Because for so many of us, you're not going to have a moment where you're back to back, especially with paid stuff. Like that's not doesn't
Especially
happen
with
for a
paid
lot of
stuff.
people.
Yeah.
So I think that like kind of like having regiments for yourself. And I will
Mm-hmm.
say when I have been my most happiest and I think my most productive has been when I have made a curriculum for myself, like specifically with writing years ago, back right before the pandemic, when I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to write so bad and I was trying to get into all these English programs and stuff, and it just wasn't working out for me. And I was getting all types of writer's block and all this other stuff. And I'm like, how can I help myself right now? How can I keep myself, in it, but also
Mm-hmm.
producing some type of results? So then I started reading books. And then I started saying, well, if I can't get into a program that'll educate me, then I'm just going to read stuff from authors that I respect. And there came
Exactly.
the book reviews and the analysis. And
Exactly.
now I have a podcast but it keeps me with writing.
Regimented. Yeah.
It
Like it's
keeps
like
me in it. And I have
your
a
your
schedule.
mind. Yep.
And then with acting now, it's so funny because not only am I reading books about writing, on top of reading books about stuff I actually like murder mysteries and stuff like that. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
reading books about acting. And now
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at in my free time at work, I'm Googling YouTube videos of other
Yeah.
actors' monologues or their audition tapes or
Yeah.
whatever it may be. If I really don't have anything to do, I'm looking in the area to see who has a play going on so I can see what the actors are doing now. I was just
Yeah.
thinking the other
Yes.
day, I was like, I need to check out some of the high schools in the area because there's a lot of theater programs around. And let me
Yes.
tell you why
Yes.
I keep thinking about this
Yes.
because a lot of the actors like in our age range that are, out working and stuff, their
Hmm.
side gigs will be directing theater productions for high schools
I
or
never even thought about that.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's such a good idea. But then I'm like,
Yes.
so I need to go support so and so because I know she's working hard on this. But also, let me just check out what the kids are doing now. Like, let me check out the
Yes.
talent and the passion that they have still at kids before life beats them down. Like,
Tiana,
there's inspiration everywhere.
there's nothing I love more than going to high school and college theater. I don't do it nearly as much as I would like to, but I'll
Uh-huh.
never forget, like maybe a year-ish ago,
Hmm.
I took my mom to see it was Romeo and Juliet, my local high school, the high school that I went to. They put on a
Yeah.
production of Romeo and Juliet. And I remember telling a friend and he looked at me and he was like, "Why are you going to your old high school's play?" And I'm like, because it's theater? Like what?
To
Like
support.
just because they're
Yeah.
kids, like it's still
No,
theater. And not to mention, some of those kids are fucking talented. Like
exactly.
they are you can
Exactly.
see like that is someone who is meant to be doing this like it's
Exactly.
and you know and like you said it's just like so enriching, so I
Mhm.
love that you said that because I he made me feel a little crazy and I'm like, am I weird for doing
Mm. That's not
that?
weird. It's not weird because when I was in school and doing stuff like that, I wish that we had more because sometimes it's only just like your family that shows up, but you're like, I wish
Exactly.
people in my community could see how much I care about
Exactly.
this.
Right.
And like we do care about stuff like that. So it's like, why not just show up to,
And see
it's
what's going on.
usually much, much cheaper than Broadway.
Right, let's start there.
Um,
Under
but
$10 cheaper.
yeah, no, literally, some of them are like begging you to come. They're like, "We'll give you a free hot dog if you show up." But no, there's inspiration everywhere. So I feel like whatever works for you to keep you involved in it, I feel like it's a
Hmm.
multitude of things for me. But
Yeah,
certainly there's never not like there's so many auditions in the area. And I know right now I'm focused on theater, but if there's ever a drought for theater auditions, I'm just gonna see if I can send a self-tape to someone. Because
yeah,
at the very least, it gets me like I'll have class for that short moment that I'm
right.
writing the lines, filming the tape, send it off, and maybe that'll hold me over until the next, portion. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And depending on the self-tape, like honestly, like I mean, Brian, he just said it in class this week. It's like there are times when you're working on it like one page for an hour. Like you're just because
yeah.
you're dissecting it. And our
Mhm.
classmate RJ, who I'd love to have on the podcast one day, he actually we really should I'm gonna put a pin in this.
Okay.
But he just won an award of for best actor at a local film festival. I can't remember the name of the film
Nice.
festival, but it was a his horror
Yeah.
short that I believe he showed us last year. I think you were
So
there for that.
good.
You remember that one?
So good.
So stinking good. He's phenomenal.
Hmm.
And fuck, I was waxing so poetically about his performance. I forgot where I was going with this.
Audition,
Uh,
maybe? Something
auditions.
you spend so much time on.
Oh, yes, how he spent so much time. So Brian was telling us in class how even for that role,
Hmm.
RJ called him up and he's like, I just want to go over the script. Not even reading the lines, just going over the script. And they spent like hours on it. So like
Hmm.
really if like depending on how meaty the self-tape can be, it is, you can really use that as an opportunity, like you said, with auditioning in person to
Hmm.
really dig into the character and the analysis of it and let that inspire and encourage your
Yes.
performance.
Another fun thing that I really like to do is to look at if you can get your hands on a script from a movie or a pilot show or something like that, which years ago there were so many scripts on the internet. Now I know that like there can
They've
be
scrubbed.
I have, I'm so glad I printed out a bunch of them. Like I have a bunch of pilot scripts from like early 2000s sitcoms and stuff like that. But anyway, if you
Mm-hmm.
can get your hands on that and you can study maybe one scene on
Mm-hmm.
script versus how it changed on screen, and then look at the choices that the actor made that's not in
Mm-hmm.
script. I always learn so much about that. I love following those pages on Instagram that show you the
Yes.
script and it shows you the scene from
Mm-hmm.
the side so you can see the
Yes.
lines and a pause that maybe was there that didn't make it onto the screen. And then you can start to have
Mm-hmm.
conversations with yourself, I guess, about why it changed. And
Yeah.
that stuff, I do that stuff all the time because I'm like, I always am wondering, or I used to always wonder, are these big time actors really worried about missing a comma? Are they really worried
Mm-hmm.
about pausing in the right spot? No, they're not.
Right.
They're getting the feelings.
Right. Right.
The words may not even be the same that are on the page, but they're getting, and that was a lesson I learned just from watching other people do it. But I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you try hard enough, you can learn from almost anything.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I think that really is the key. And I really loved what you said about those periods, those slower periods, and like maybe those more quiet periods really being the job itself. Cause like that's where you take those opportunities to keep yourself in motion mentally, even if you're not
yeah.
actually physically doing it out in your reality. Like I just started reading, to your point, books. I just started reading An Actor Prepares, and it's the Stanislav
It's
girl. I'm
literally, it's
obsessed
literally
with it.
right here. Oh
It's
my, that's so funny. I have
I'm
it right here.
obsessed. And I
Yeah.
downloaded like three or four other books that like I'm like and I'm building out a curriculum and I'm taking notes and I'm like
Mhm.
and I'm doing the thing because I'm like, well, I'm not working right now and like I
Mhm.
haven't booked anything. So it's like let me do what I can in the meantime so I
Mhm.
can like cuz like clearly and then also cuz it does start to feel when you're not booking it does start to feel very it's hard not to take it personal to an extent. Like, even though
Yeah.
obviously it's easy to say, don't take it personal. We know not to take it personal. We know it's not personal. But sometimes it can kind of be like, okay, then what am I doing wrong? So then I also I personally am also taking this moment to reevaluate how I approach this craft in a whole, you know, like how, like what do I need to change to make myself a stronger candidate to possibly book more jobs. So I mean, it's like it really all comes together, and it's just that's the life of an actor, especially a
Yeah.
working one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It really is
yeah.
fun. I mean, there are moments, but I mean,
At the end of
I
the
just
day, it's
like
yeah.
it's kind of freeing not being paid to do most of these jobs because I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like it lets me breathe a little bit, which in turn, funnily enough, allows me to do the job better.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's so much pressure that you put on yourself that it gets really like it's almost paralyzing. So
Yeah.
I've been finding a lot of freedom in the fact that, hey man, there's bigger stuff going on in the world than if I mess up this monologue. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then, it'll be fine. But yeah,
Nice. Nice. Well, that was a good conversation. I let's have you watched anything good this week? Anything that
no.
you'd say
I
no?
don't think I've actually watched anything. I did finally
No.
download BritBox. Well, I'll be
Nice.
watching that immediately after because they've done adaptations of a couple of books I just read. So I'm working on that. But you know what's so funny? I don't think we give enough love to WWE. And I think I know why it doesn't get enough love from actors because I
Mm.
know the whole facade is it's not supposed to be seen as acting, but that is.
It is. Yes.
And I've
Yes.
been getting more and more clips, and
Mm-hmm.
they are stage actors, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying that with a lot of respect. There's a lot of
Absolutely.
physicality in what they do.
Complimentary. Mm-hmm.
And 100% on top of like, I don't know if it's scripted down to the line, but just like knowing where to move so that you don't hurt yourself on top of saying your lines. Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm going to trip over myself because I'm wearing heels on stage and they have to worry about like breaking chairs over people's backs and stuff.
It's still sticking to the
Yeah. So
storyline.
I've really been like, I keep getting more clips for Roman Reigns and stuff because I like a lot of his thirst traps. But um, yeah, those are some great performances.
Yes, yes, you're absolute. I 100% agree with that take. WWE, they do not get enough respect as the artists that they are. They get respect in the
Yeah.
sports world. They get respect, like, from their fans. Obviously, like, we all acknowledge that it's a very successful franchise, just wrestling in
Mhm.
general, right? But the performance that they put on top of the physical like stuff that they're doing, like they are like truly incredible workers, and I would go so far to call them. I mean, we've had enough of them transition to acting, so clearly
Yeah, maybe performers. I don't know. I just like
performance.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
girl,
one.
they're doing a lot
Yeah.
in the best way. Like I don't know how they do it. Like it's
Yeah.
fantastic. They're putting on full shows all the time,
Yes.
constantly, and they're traveling and they have to look good too. Are you kidding me? I am so glad that I have not had a role yet where I've had to wear something tight or like where I'm so glad because I'm like I could just eat whatever I want. Like
Hmm.
I could cover everything up
Kind
if
of
I
look how
need
you
to.
want. Yeah.
They're out here in the onesies looking fantastic, first of all. So you're telling me they have to be A1 performers and they got to look good?
Yeah.
Pick one for me.
And they do. And they do it.
They look good. I want to eat everything. So I won't be doing that anytime soon, but maybe that'll be a topic one day. Like what happens when you have to
Mm.
wear like a bathing suit or something on set? I'd cry.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I was thinking about that today because I don't know if you had a chance yet, but I did go see You Me in Tuscany,
I have not had a
and
chance. So don't tell me anything because I'm going to see it.
not a word, not a peep. And I'm glad I did prepare a second performance of the week because I was like, just in case she hasn't seen it.
No.
But there was a scene where she was wearing like a crop top, and like, mind you, like Holly, she just had it, or Holly, she pronounces it Holly,
Holly.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
Holly.
she just had a baby, so like, and she's a little thicker now, and it looks good on her. But a part
Yeah.
of me was like, if I had to wear that, I would feel, I don't know, I would just, I feel like there's a way, like, is there a way to not feel self-conscious sometimes, or is
I
that
haven't
just like a
gotten here
personal
yet.
thing? I think we just have to work on it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet
Just
because
have
I
to work
haven't been
on it.
asked to do that yet. So
Yeah.
I don't know how I would even, but also I feel like in that, because there are so many steps before you even get to that point, I feel like wardrobe, I don't know how it works, but I feel like there would be a conversation where they ask you what you're comfortable in before you get
Mm.
there. Unless it's something like specific to the script where it's like you have to be wearing a thong in this scene. Like you
Well, yeah,
wouldn't do that.
I've
But
seen like posts that say like you must be
yeah,
comfortable wearing like little clothing or something.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean like that's usually something if it's integral to the story or the
yeah,
character, they'll let you know.
yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I was either gonna go
Mm.
tonight because I think I'll have time or Tuesday. I won't have time tomorrow, but
Okay. Okay. Well, Tuesday is discount Tuesday, so I almost
that's
say do
yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
but
But I don't have any, well, I've done a lot today. I was very productive, so I
mm,
might reward myself and go tonight. We'll see.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice. But I think you'll like it. We enjoyed it. I took my mom and my aunt. We enjoyed it.
Okay. I
So
know
I'm
I'm gonna
excited.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm excited
And
to
if
talk about it
not,
when you go to see it next week.
by the way, if I didn't like it, I'm telling you straight up, if I don't like it, I'm gonna lie to you anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Yes,
I'm supporting
exactly.
everything about that movie, who wrote it, who directed it, who starred in it. I'm supporting that. So
I'm excited for you because I really there are a couple things I want to talk about that they did that I really really liked how they did and they included, but I'll wait for you to see it
okay.
so we can talk about it and have a
I can
conversation.
finally chime in on the group chat about a movie I've seen.
Yeah,
That's the most
yeah,
active group chat I've ever had.
yeah. With
Speaking of
Chris and
which,
Claire,
Chris
our
just texted.
first guest, did
Yeah,
he? Oh,
she texted
nice.
like 5 minutes ago.
Uh, with invisible ink. That's curious.
Hmm.
That's curious. But yeah, well, oh, performance of the week. Wait, so you said you didn't watch anything, right? No.
WWE was my performance of
Was
the
the
week.
performance valid? Valid.
The twins. Ooh,
Bella? Bella?
no, no,
No, not the
I'm talking
Bellas.
about the
Oh, the brothers.
is
Yeah.
it is it Usi it's like something like that. It's I don't know. I don't know. I'm not up on the wrestling yet. All I know is Roman Reigns right now, but by proxy, I've like learned
You're
about the
starting to
twins
learn the
and all
rest
that
of
stuff.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was just yeah, something they did. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Oh my God.
Was it their glistening muscles that made it so amazing?
And the tattoos, like I'm sorry, like
Mm,
I'm like trying not to objectify them, but wow, they look good as fuck.
I'm Actually, I'm not going to say that on the podcast, but yeah, no, that's okay. That's fair. That's fair. Let's objectify men a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. They've objectified women for centuries. They'll take
And
it.
by the way, can I just say, like, who I don't know if it's wives or girlfriends or whatever, but they're also beautiful. So
Yeah,
talk about a good-looking family. That's ridiculous.
yeah.
Talk about a good-looking family. I'm pissed. I'm pissed I'm not involved.
One day, never say never.
Where's the other brother? Do you guys know?
Right, right, exactly, right. Like, who are you hiding? Actually, I know you're hiding somebody. Okay, so my performance, I watched so I've rediscovered my love of old Hollywood movies,
Okay.
and I just watched, it's not without a doubt, but it's something similar to that. And Double Indemnity. And
Okay.
long story short, it's about a woman who tries to commit insurance fraud and murder her husband to get the life insurance, fine, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But the writing, I loved the writing, and it reminded me, and I said, that is exactly like we don't make movies like this anymore because it was just so clever and quippy and poetic. I feel like we've lost the art of poetry because our language has become so simplified to an extent that like for example, there was one scene because the main character, he's narrating how he found him, he's the insurance guy who sold her the plan. He's narrating how he found himself in this situation, and he's like, right before things got bad, he was like, I knew I had a red hot poker in my hand and like a fire poker, and I had to drop it before my hand got burned off, talking about how precarious of a situation it was about to be in because he had at first tried to walk away. And like, so this was right after he had told her, no, I'm not helping you. I'm going to walk away. And I just was like, I feel like today someone would have written like I knew how bad things were about to be, or I knew
Mhm.
how dangerous like this moment was. And it's like that poetry like was just throughout the entire movie. And I was like, oh, they just don't make movies like this anymore. So
Yeah.
I've like been on a kick ever since then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
It's good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Real
Mm-hmm.
good shit. And then also just the lighting. I love like I mean I honestly kind of to your point and like what we were talking about earlier of like I like watching movies. Movies are part of my curriculum because I watch them and I think like not just from an acting standpoint, but from a filmmaking standpoint. I'm thinking about the music, the lighting, the angles of like the camera angles. I'm wondering like about the direction and like how things were directed. Like so it's all part of like it's never just a passive viewing experience. I mean, sometimes it
Right.
is and sometimes it is, but it's like it oscillates between being passive and me like questioning those things and wondering those things. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well,
Okay.
with that, I bid you adieu, and I hope you have a great. I hope you go see You Me and Tuscany, and I hope
I
you
will.
enjoy. And I hope you have a nice drink while you watch it. Get
I
comfy,
was
get
just about to
cozy.
say, I might just go to the one right next to me. It's a little more expensive, but I can walk there, so I could just.
There you go. What you're paying for in tickets, you're saving in gas. Just expensive as gas
Yeah.
is right now. So
I don't even, I really don't.
no, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. So there you go. So there,
Yeah.
yeah, there's yeah. All
All
right,
right.
guys.
Bye. Have a,
Bye.
or see you guys next time.